Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These private.
What's going on, family? It's your man Taystway here once again, and I'm bringing you another STB Market Watch. You know what today is? It's Money Monday, baby. And on Money Mondays, you know, we go into the public profile or the public account, excuse me, and we knock this thing down and see what's going on, right? What are we doing? How does this work? And essentially, this is just me showing that number one, I know how to trade for real. But number two is showing you that, listen, you don't have to go in and trade options, boys and girls. You can literally go into an account, trade shares, and make a really good amount of money if you know what you're doing, of course. But just trading shares. And the reason why I like shares is because it's so much easier. There's not a lot of risk. There's not a lot of, when people get into, options, you can lose all your money, right? Like literally, if you're wrong on the option, let's say you put $2,000 into an option, you can lose all your money. With shares, if you're wrong, you could pretty much just keep holding it and it'll go up eventually. Like in most cases, right? I can't say that that's a guarantee. But for that being, with that being said, that's why I do this. I show this so I can show the potential, right? So we'll dive into it today. But before we dive into today's Money Monday and look at the account, who am I? For all of my new folks, who am I and why do I do these STB market watches? My name is Tay Sweat. Once again, I am a stock trader, futures trader, options trader, crypto trader. I got my start in penny stocks. And the reason why I mention all of those and I say it that way is because anything with a chart, a stock chart or some type of chart, I can trade it. Why? Because I am a master technician, right? That's what we call a technician. Technical analysis is what I do. All right. That being said, one of the things I always tell my people is that, hey, if you can trade companies that are going bankrupt, i.e., uh, I mean, you can look at Hertz. I remember trading Hertz back in the days, when it was going bankrupt. I made a lot of money off of Hertz falling. And then when it bounced, I made money on the bounce. And then it fell some more and I made more money. This is one of the things that we do using charts. So that's what I do here is I teach some of the basics here on YouTube. And the reason why I say basics is because when it comes to being a trader, you need what's called an edge. Most traders, when they meet each other, they say, hey, what's your trading edge? Right? Well, what that basically means is you have an edge over everybody else. You have an edge that nobody else really uses or not many people use or know about. Right. So the reason why I say, hey, I stick to the basics and I teach the basics on YouTube is because I want to make sure that not only myself, right, I want to make sure I keep an edge because if everybody knows it, if it's all on YouTube and it's free, then I lose edge. I lose my edge, right? And people pay me a lot of money to teach them how to really develop an edge and be profitable as all get out. So I don't want to ruin their edge by teaching, whatever I teach them. I don't want to teach that for free, right? First of all, that'd be a slap in the face. But second of all, it causes us to lose edge because if everybody's using it, then there is no edge. Okay. So that being said, I will be teaching, stuff, my basics. I'm going to be teaching the basics here on YouTube because the basics can still make you money, right? You can still be profitable just learning the basics, EMA, support and resistance, learning candlesticks, patterns, etc. All right. So that being said, take this serious, show up, show love, comment, like, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. Let's get started. All right, family. So as you see, we have the brokerage account. Of course, I'm going to block out my brokerage number because I don't want anybody being weird. But here's where we are sitting. The positions we're sitting in right now. We got, of course, SQQQ, because yes, I do think the market is going to fall here near term. So we're already up on it. We got BITI. It's already up because yes, I do see Bitcoin falling soon. We got ARKK. We also have Beyond, which actually we made really good profit on this. I exited position. I had 400, maybe, no, I had 600 shares. I got out of the position at a nice profit, and then I re-entered as it fell. So, because I do see a bigger pop coming on Beyond. We got some Google, Alibaba, Invite, UAVS, and Honest. Now, these bottom few, these are ones that I'm holding for a much bigger move. I have really good price targets on this, really good price targets on this that are going to more than maybe double, maybe even 10x my money. I just got to be patient. So I'm waiting on those. It's a patient thing. And that's what the charts are telling me. Could they, something black swan event and the chart just get knocked off, off its head or on its head? Yeah, something can happen. And, this is just part of the game. But the charts are telling me I got a nice move coming on these. And then UAVS is just a speculative play, if I'm being honest. All right. So that being said, I always want to have some UAVS in the tank. And then, of course, with everything else, I'm just trading it as the charts tell me what to trade. Right. That's pretty much it. That is pretty much it. So I know a lot of you are wondering, okay, well, what's the performance, Tay? Talk to me. You're talking a good game. What's the performance? All right. So let's dive into the performance. So, of course, for over the last pretty much 6 months, so we're 6 months in to the year, I started $25,000 in this account, roughly. So over a course of pretty much 6 months, and keep in mind the first maybe 3.5 months, I was not really actively trading it. It was just something I had sitting. I was sitting in a few positions. I started actively trading it once we introduced this as the public account, and I started actively trading it. So I introduced this maybe a month and a half ago, as public account. So we're actively trading it now. But even in the 6 months, look, we're up $5,500. Okay. And if you do the math on that, if you started out with $25,000, right? And basically you come in and say, okay, we're up 5,500. Well, essentially that is 20% on your money, right? Shares. No options here. It's literally just trading shares. And once again, that's just me not even trading the first 3 months, really. Okay. And the reason why I say that is because if we go into just June, so I'm going to change this to June. What you'll actually see here is, look, June. This is just 2 weeks. And look at this. That's just 2 weeks. That is just 2 weeks. So our overall account right now, we'll just say, we'll add the losses in there. The overall account should be close to, we'll say about $28,000, right? So $28,000, and you make 1,400 in what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but yeah, that's solid for a shares account, right? So here are a few trades that you can see that we got in and out of and make some really good profit on. So grab some Tesla, made a really good move on Tesla. I like that. I just got out of the SPY because I see some weakness coming, so I want to wait for a pullback on the SPY. Roku paid us lovely, lovely on the Roku. And of course, like I said, Beyond Meat gave us a really good profit there. So I like that as well. So honestly, last few weeks, because these trades all happened, like I said, over the last couple of weeks. Last few weeks has been, really nice, paid us good money. And yeah, I'm going to keep trading, keep doing my thing, and showing you all how this thing works, trading shares, just shares. So that being said, let's dive into the actual market watch that we are going to go over today. All right. All right, family. So we're going to go over the SPY today because there's a few things that I'm seeing with the SPY. And the ES right now, it needs to do some correcting because it gapped up. So I don't want to go over that right now just because it's going to be a little too advanced for some people. But going over the SPY, something that you all can, trade or paper trade, of course. What I'm seeing is we got a double top. For anybody who's new to trading, this is a very bearish sign. You have a double top, and pretty much some people would call that or consider that a topping tail or close to a topping tail. Topping tail, okay, topping, Topping. If anybody wants to go look that up, tail, Tail. Topping tail candles usually indicate a bearish move or sellers coming in. All right. And really, sellers not just coming in, but sellers being in control. So we'll see how this thing plays out. But honestly, that is a bearish sign. So I will be looking to kind of, go bearish, right? So market just opened. That's kind of why I waited to do this, because I want to watch the market open, see where it opens. And the fact that it opened underneath this resistance area, I still want to fall. I want this thing to pull back. The only way I was going to say, okay, that may not play out is if it got above or opened above here. But it just opened. And the market just opened right under this resistance area, right? Where we had a double top. So even if, and I've seen this before, it actually may do something like this, come back, hit here, and then leak. So I'm definitely going to be looking for a pullback, and I may be a buyer of pullbacks um, because I do have, keep in mind we have this head and shoulders pattern here, or inverse head and shoulders pattern, right? And I'm actually looking to play that out. I want to see that move. Now, if you're really looking at where the quote unquote neckline was broken, I'd say maybe right in here, we had it broken. Okay, so neckline was broken. I do like it. I think we're gonna have some fun with it over the next year or two. But I do think we need to pull back, right? I got some room. I mean, honestly, as low as 382, and if we can break here, we might even move lower. We might go down to like 3,000, 3,200, or excuse me, when I say 3,000, I'm talking about the ES, but 320 or even 300 if we can break 380. All right. So that's what I'm going to be looking for. But like I said, yes, I am bearish right now. That looks pretty bearish to me. Not only that, if we go down to a lower time frame, let's see, go to the hour chart. We are riding in this channel, or I'll say we're riding this. This is what we call a speed line. I'll be teaching on this probably in the next few days. I'll be teaching speed lines here in a few. I just need to see the speed line break. If I can see the speed line break, I definitely know that this is over. So what's probably going to happen for the next, like, I don't know, couple hours, we're going to bounce in between this speed line and this blue line. So we're probably going to bounce until we can crack it. All right. Once we crack it, we should get here. It may come back up, test the speed line, and then we're going to try to either close this gap, which, I mean, that's a great move. Yeah, that's a great move. 422, that would give us a lot of a lot of profit if you trade in the short term. So paper trade this stuff, of course. You know how I do. Paper trade this stuff, see how it works for you. I demand you paper trade. I always say that. I demand you paper trade because I don't want anybody coming in trying to use real money to trade and you're not really good at it yet. You need to get good at this stuff first. Okay. So that being said, so I'm seeing the speed line, like I said. If I'm looking at the count, let's see, that looks to be 1, 2, 3. So let's look here. We got this move up, 2, 3. That could be 4, 5. We could look for A, B, C down, right? I don't know if we're gonna come test this, but that's what I'm looking at. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A down, B, C. Okay, that's what we call Elliott wave. Of course, this is one of the predictive indicators that I use because it just lets me pretty much predict where the market can go and maybe even will go. Right. So that's what I'm looking at. We'll do something else here. Boom. Take it there. Boom. At most, we might go 433 and then fall. So it could wick up. We may see a wick get up there to 433 and then fall. So that's what I'll be looking for. Other than that, I'm ready to see how this market's going to play out. Once again, I am not buying anything here because that's just ugly. I'm not buying. This is where people lose. They buy here and then, it goes up $1, $2, right? And they're like, oh, we're going up. And then it hits here and then boom. It's like, why did that happen? And you'll blame everybody. I did a class on this. As a matter of fact, it was an hour 30-minute class that I did live, and I posted it here on my YouTube. Go watch that because I talked about people not being accountable, right? When it comes to market activity, when it comes to trading the markets, people are not accountable. And I say that because what'll happen is you will buy this at resistance and then it'll hit resistance and fall and you'll blame the market. Oh, they're cheating. The whales must be manipulating the market. What's going on? I can't believe this just happened. Why did such and such say this and that? Blah, blah, blah. You blame everybody instead of saying, no, I just bought this thing at resistance. I just bought it at resistance. When the name of the game should be buy at support, sell at resistance. You bought somewhere in the middle and you got mad because you got your head knocked off. That is what happens to most people when it comes to trading. Don't be that person. All right. So, with that being said, I do this because I love what I do. I am really good at what I do and I want to share it with the world. Right. That being said, you got to know I'm showing love. So, show love back. Comment, like, subscribe, and you know how we do. Share my shit. All right. Share my shit. That being said, I'll see you all on the next Market Watch. I'm out.
Secure the bag, yeah, that's the brand, and we get to the bag. These